Welcome to another screencast by the E-Team. This screencast will be about random blocks and question sets. A random block generates a series of questions to display in a test, and those questions are chosen randomly. A question set works on a similar process. The only difference is that those questions are chosen manually. Okay, let's begin. Now, before you can use pools of questions in tests, firstly, you need to have created the pool, and you need to know how to create tests. If you don't know how to create a test, please watch the screencast and help guide on creating tests. And also, if you don't know how to create pools, please watch the screencast or help guides on creating pools. Okay, now to create and use a random set and a block, we must create a test. So let's go ahead and create a test. So we navigate to the module tools and click on test surveys and pools and choose tests. Okay, if we had exported a test, we could have imported one here, but we're going to build a test. And you will come up with the normal options page where you need to put in the name, a description and instructions for tests, and I shall do that now. When you're happy, click submit. Okay, here you're on the test canvas and you can create questions. As I said before, if you're not sure how to create questions for a test, please see the screencast and help guides on that. But what we will do is we'll go over to reuse questions, and firstly we shall pick a random block. Okay, when you select a random block, you will be left with a few options, and those options will be where do you want to generate the questions for the test from. Okay, I have a pool here. You must select one of the pools to select the questions from. It don't have to be one, it could be more than one, but I would just pick one at the moment. And all I want are multiple choice questions from that pool. If I wanted to choose all of these questions to be in my pool, I would submit. There's a confirmation message that my pool was created and there are 59 questions in the pool. What I want to do for this test is I want the system to generate a random 5 questions from that pool. What that means is every time a student takes a test, they will be given a different subset of these 59 questions when they take the test. So that is a random block. Now let's create a question set. Back up to reuse questions, click on create question set. Okay, now the main differences in the options are that with a question set, you have a check mark to be able to choose the questions that you want to go into your set. Furthermore, you can choose from tests, and you can choose from different categories. If you're not sure what these do, please watch the screencasts and help guides on pools where there is a further explanation. Okay, for this question set, I only want questions from this pool just here, data analysis pool, and I only want, once again, the multiple choice questions. As you can see, there are 78 questions in total, but I am only going to use the first 25 that are displayed on the first page. If I wanted to use the second 25, I would go to the second page, or the third page, or the fourth page, and just choose the questions I want. But I only want the first 25, so I select the first 25, confirmation of the numbers that I have selected, just here at the bottom, and I click submit. Here is my confirmation message. In this question set there are 25 questions. Once again, I only want 5 of those questions and click submit. Now by default, each question is worth 10 marks, whether it's a question set or a random block. You can override that by putting the points value in the points field and clicking update. If you're happy, click OK. Once you have created the test, you now need to deploy the test. So I go to the test area that I want the test to be in, and I will click on Assessments, choose Test, and select the test that I've just created to be taken to the test options. Once again, if you're unsure on how this is done, please watch the screencast or help guides on creating a test. So you put the options in that you wanted for the test. And when you're happy, click Submit. Now what we need to do is to check that the students can see the test by clicking Edit Mode to Off. And let's have a look to see what the test would look like. When you click on Begin, you will see 5 questions. The first 5 questions are from the random block, and the second 5 questions are random questions from the question set. Now every time a student takes this test, these questions will be different for each test. And that concludes the screencast on how to use random blocks and question sets within tests. Thank you.